Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I want to make a whole video. I touched on something in one of my last videos and I want to make a whole video kind of explaining it. It's simply that boring meals are one of the reasons why carnivore works so well. And on carnivore, boring meals are not a problem. You don't need a lot of variety. Boring meals are actually one of the reasons why carnivore works so well. If you're feeling bored with the food you're eating right now, especially if you're in this first 30 days, feel assured it's normal. The meals are going to be boring. I mean, beef, bacon, eggs, and butter is what you're eating. It's the exact same thing every single day. The cut of beef may be different. It may be steak versus ground beef, but it does get kind of boring. It's normal. The diets, there's no problems with the diet. You're not doing anything wrong. This is how it's meant to be, because I think one of the reasons why a lot of these modern diets end up failing, you can't follow it, is because people try to make the food exciting. They try to give you a lot more variety. And I think that just really ends up confusing you because you start thinking that you have to have variety, that your meals have to be exciting. And so I just wanted to take a couple minutes and explain why I think boring meals are a great feature of carnivore and not a flaw and not a problem when you're on carnivore. You know, you think about America today, you know, many of us are trained to not like boring food. I mean, if you look around at our restaurants, at our supermarkets, at our stores, you see variety of food everywhere. You see different types of food. Maybe it's the same food done up in different ways. I mean, go to a burger restaurant and look at how many different ways you can get a hamburger and how many different toppings you can get on it. You know, it's all about variety. And in the health industry, it's the same way. The health food industry has marketed variety to us as health, to shake things up, to get things different. And so what happens is you get excited about variety. You get excited about trying something new. And that gets confused with being satisfied on a diet. I mean, just think about it. You know, carnivore came out, keto's a better example. Keto came out, and the next thing you know, all of these food manufacturers, which really are just one or two large companies that diversify into a whole bunch of smaller names. So you think you got variety, but everything's coming out of the same factories, made by the same recipes with all the same, bad ingredients in them, or with the same processed ingredients in them that aren't providing anything for you. But every time, like when keto came out, all these food companies decided that keto was a gold mine. So they started releasing everything they had as a keto version. They didn't change anything. It's still just as bad for you as it was before, but they dropped the carbs out, increased the fat a little bit, switched over the sugar to an artificial sugar and said, hey, it now meets keto. It's all good for you. It's healthy. It's not. A Reese's Peanut Butter Cup by any other name is still a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Here's the problem when food gets exciting, you start looking at variety, is that this exciting food is going to drive you to overeat. You're going to eat too much of it. And the decision-making process just increases your hunger. I mean, every time you look at something and say, what sounds good, or, oh, that looks delicious, you wake your appetite back up. So instead of your appetite going to sleep and you having a good time and feeling full and happy that you're full, you're waking your appetite back up and your brain starts thinking, oh, that would be delicious. Oh, look at all those colors. Look at all those ingredients. This would be fantastic. So I want you guys to remember this when you start walking through the grocery store and you start getting drawn in with all those colorful boxes and all that variety. When your food stays very exciting and you're really excited about your food, your appetite's never going to shut off. You're always going to have the appetite. You're always going to have the cravings. You're always going to have fake hunger, because your body's thinking it needs food when it doesn't. And one of the great things about carnivore is it flips that dynamic completely, so you no longer have to worry about it. So the boring repetition on carnivore is going to calm down your appetite. When you eat the same foods, your body gets used to the same foods, especially when they're real foods, single ingredients, meat, bacon, eggs, butter. When they're single ingredients foods, your body gets used to it. They're single ingredient foods. Your body understands that food. So your digestion is predictable and easy. Your body knows exactly how to digest a steak and exactly what minerals are in there and what vitamins are in there and where to send it in your body. When you go open a box of food that's got 25 ingredients that you can't pronounce, guess what? Your body doesn't know what those ingredients are either. It doesn't know how to treat them, and it most likely thinks that they're a poison, and it treats it like a poison. Also, when you stick to the same boring, repetitive foods, your cravings are going to calm down. You're not shopping and eating with your eyes anymore. You're giving your body the fuel it needs, nothing exciting, no variety. Your cravings will calm down. You'll quit craving food. Your hunger signals are going to stabilize. They're going to become normal. When you're actually hungry, you'll feel hungry. When you're not hungry, you won't feel hungry. So it ends up working better for everybody and everything. Other problem with variety is you get these new flavors and they start triggering desire. You see something that's advertised differently. Oh, it's a chili flavor. Oh, it's a chocolate flavor. Oh, it's some other truffle flavor. It triggers desire. And you're going to want it to eat it because of desire, not because you're hungry, not because your body needs it. Familiar foods, those same boring, repetitive foods, they're going to trigger satiety. They're going to trigger that sense of fullness. You're going to say, I don't need to eat anything. I just ate 12 ounces of ribeye steak and I had 3 eggs. I'm full. I'm fine. I'm not hungry. I don't need to eat anything else. So see, when you start sticking to the boring, repetitive foods, you don't need the willpower. It's not about willpower anymore because the food fills you up. You're not hungry. You're not starving. So your body just thinks it's fine and you don't have to worry about anything like that. It's just simple biology. Give your body real food that it understands, that it recognizes, that it can deal with. Your body won't feel hungry and everything about your body and all your biological systems settle down. Your body knows what's coming. It knows how to handle it. This is why a lot of times, in my opinion, a lot of those fancy recipes you see, they backfire because the recipes, they reintroduce all this planning to you. Remember, on carnivore, we try to go simple. We try to go very, very minimal planning. You know, we're just eating beef, bacon, eggs, butter. That's all we're eating. When you start introducing recipes and start bringing in ground pork rinds to make chicken fingers, you start bringing in too many cheeses and other herbs and other seasonings, it brings back in planning. Planning is going to reintroduce negotiation. You're going to start saying to yourself, hey, I had a good carnivore breakfast. I had a good carnivore lunch. So at dinner time, I can have something that's not quite on carnivore. It'll be fine. It's just one meal. What happens is, usually it's not just one meal. It starts becoming 2 meals a week, then 3 meals a week, then 4 meals a week. Next thing you know, you're not even on carnivore anymore. You're not getting the benefits. When you start negotiating and you start thinking about stuff like that, you start reintroducing yourself to cheating on the carnivore diet. Here's the trap. And I'm going to say it's a trap, especially for the first 30 days. And some of these I have myself, but it is a trap your first 30 days when you're first learning the diet. Is these carnivore cookbooks, creative carnivore meals, and constant substitutions. These are the traps you fall into because you're going beyond basic, boring, repetitive meals. Now, you've been on carnivore for several months. You got it all down. You want to break out the carnivore cookbook to find a recipe that's not strict carnivore, but kind of close to carnivore. That's fine. You can have 1 or 2 meals like that a week. It's not going to kill you as long as you understand that it's a treat, not an everyday occurrence. And especially the first 30 days, maybe in the first 60, 90 days, don't fall for these carnivore cookbooks and fancying up all your meals. Stick to simple, repetitive, boring carnivore meals, and you will have much better success and much better luck with results following this carnivore diet. So just remember, complex meals create complex hunger. Boring meals remove the friction and keep it all simple. What does a boring meal look like? A boring meal is beef cooked simply. It's a steak, salted on both sides, thrown into a pan or on the grill, and cooked to however done you like it. It's just simple cooked beef. It's ground beef, browned in a pan and mixed with eggs. It's ground beef, formed into hamburger patties and salted and cooked to make hamburger patties. It's eggs. Make them the same way most every day. I'll be honest with you guys, I make my eggs 3 ways. I scramble eggs, I boil eggs, and I fry eggs. That's the 3 ways I make my egg. You add butter to all your meals. You add butter to your steak, you add butter to your eggs without even thinking about it. It just becomes natural. I have a meal, I have to have butter. Bacon becomes one of your support things. You've got, 2 burgers on your plate, you throw some bacon on top of it. That's an open-faced bacon burger, just like that. You don't have to worry about complicated shopping lists because every time you go shopping, your shopping list is exactly the same. My shopping list doesn't vary from week to week. My shopping list, when I go shopping, I get ground beef, I get some sort of steak, I get, 36 to 48 eggs. If I'm out of butter, I get butter. If I'm out of salt, I get salt. And that's my shopping list. That's what I buy. That's what I stick to. It's the same shopping list. I eat the same meals every day. It's the same routine. I don't have to think about it. It just works. This is so simple. Once your body makes that adaptation and you get you get how much food you're supposed to eat under control, you get your hunger signals under control, you get your sodium intake under control, there's no more thinking. You repeat everything day to day to day to day. It's all the same. It's the same routine, same meals, same food, same grocery list, same way you prep the food. It makes everything so simple. You don't have to think anymore. your stress level will drop so much, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And the other thing about boring food is it drops the food noise. We are using food noise now. I grew up calling it Crave. When the food is boring, there's less anticipation about what to eat. There's less obsession with what you're eating. There's less reward seeking. You're not trying to satisfy taste buds as a reward. I think, oh, I did a good job. I want ice cream. You go eat ice cream and that's your reward. This is not what you're doing. The boring, repetitive meals, get rid of all of that. You're eating your body to fuel your body. That's what you're doing. You're not eating your body to entertain it. You're not eating to reward yourself. You're simply eating for fuel. When you do that, it's going to quiet down your mind. You're not going to be chasing different kinds of food. You're not going to be bothered by cravings. You're not going to be bothered by food noise. It is going to make your life so much simpler, I promise you. It's so much simpler. One of the things I hear, and I go through this myself sometimes, is that all these simple, repetitive, boring meals are gonna make me get burned out. But here's what I've learned. Burnout is not coming from simplicity. You're not gonna get burned out because you're eating the same simple meal every day. Burnout comes when you're stopping yourself from eating what you want to eat because of excitement. When you're excited about eating a variety of food, and then you decide you're not eating a variety of food, that's when you get burned out because you can't have what you want. Make your mindset that you're eating boring, simple, repetitive meals. You're not eating variety. You're not going fancy. You're not going to suffer from burnout. The stability comes first, always. The simple meals, get the stability down, and then you'll be fine and you won't suffer from burnout. I mean, people that succeed in life in anything, not just in their diet, in business, in anything, people that succeed are the people that can have this delayed gratification. You're delaying the variety. You're not chasing it. This ties into long-term success in anything, and on carnivore, the same thing applies. Stick strict to carnivore for 30 days, maybe 60 days, maybe 90 days. Then you start adding a little variety in different kinds of meat. Then, if your body handles it well, you can add in and try some different types of dairy. If the dairy is handled well, you could try some fruits, some vegetables, and you're eating a carnivore-ish style diet, more of an animal-based diet. So you get some variety, but you're doing it gradually. You're testing each food to make sure your body can handle it. If your body can handle it, keep eating it. If your body can't handle it, you don't keep eating it. When you eat this way, what about the occasional cheat meal? I mean, I had the occasional cheat meal. I mean, Christmas, I had 1 or 2 or maybe 45 sugar cookies. So is some cheating that you're going to do because we're human and we do want to enjoy, especially time with our families. Christmas time, my birthday, we're going to want to do that. And so what I do is, I knew going into Christmas, I was going to just enjoy myself with my family and not stick strict to carnivore over the couple of days we celebrated Christmas. So I didn't try close to carnivore. I didn't try. I did eat a lot of meat. I did eat a lot of fat. But when I had the occasional treat, or 45. But I knew that going in, and when Christmas was over, January the 5th, I jumped right back on. I ran a super strict carnivore diet for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, I added back in cheese, and I'm still on that. So right now, today is February the 15th. So from January the 5th to February the 5th, I ate nothing but beef, bacon, eggs, and butter. On February the 6th, I added in cheese. And so since February the 6th, I've had nothing but beef, bacon, eggs, butter, and cheese. So you tie it all in together, simple, boring, repetitive meals. They're going to reduce hunger. They're going to reduce the number of decisions you have to make. They're going to reduce the mistakes you make. It will reduce your cravings. It will reduce your food noise. It will make life much simpler for you to follow this. Remember, when I'm talking about boring, repetitive meals, I'm not talking about forever. I'm talking about the foundation, the first 30, 60, 90 days. Keep it boring so it doesn't get complicated. It doesn't overwhelm you. You don't fall off and leave the carnivore diet. Okay? Thank you guys for watching the video. Stay strong. I'll talk to you in the next one.